So I soaked my reed and I laid some of my spokes out on the right side here. I'm working with them and they're still wet. So I cut them down 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 inches. And I'm going to use these to make spokes on a dowel. I taped my dowel to my bucket just to keep it out of the way. So I'm folding my spoke in half just like I did for the twining. And I'm putting it through the dowel. Now the dowel doesn't do a lot for me in terms of stability, but it is nice to have it taped so it doesn't roll around when I'm not using it. So I'm being mindful to hold on to the dowel as I work. And I'm just going consecutively down each size because I want to create an implied line on this piece. So these are all on and secure, and you can see they're stair-stepping up. I'm going to take a longer weaver, and I'm just going to start weaving in here. So I'm going to leave a tail on the end, and that will be woven back in. So the tail I'm just putting into the start here. And it's going in the opposite pattern from what I did before. So what I'm doing here with the dowel and adding these spokes is I'm creating a plane. So I'm weaving this plane off of the dowel. And this could be done with multiple dowels and your reed, or you can make spokes like this. You could also twine in between the spokes. They could be separated out more. But what's really important when you're weaving, I'm going in these opposite patterns, under, over, under. Now I go over, under, over, under, over, under. Oops, I just broke my reed. So if you break your reed, all you need to do is go backwards and join in to where you were weaving before. So I've just overlapped them slightly. I'll probably trim that little piece off later. Once I get this weaving more secure, just trim it back a little bit. But I need to add some tension with the weaving first. So my weaver was getting too dry, and that's why it broke off, which is okay. You can always add another piece. So right now I'm weaving fairly straight up and down. If I want to expand it, I could open up these spokes also, and then it would start splaying out more. So now I've gotten to these 2 points where they're getting smaller. And I'm just moving to this larger one here. So I'm going to trim off the end here. And I'm going to take it so it's wrapped around the top. It goes underneath this reed that I wove before. Now I'm going to go over the next one. And you can see too, the end here, this spoke is going under, now it's going over here. And this will just secure this off. Instead of knotting it, I'm just weaving it in. I'm going to trim it off there. So these will stay here, but I can also secure them using the waxed sinew. So I'm just going to take this off of the spool that it's on. And it's about a 12-inch piece, a little bit larger than that. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to start right here with this piece. So I folded it in half, and I'm going to pull the sinew through that loop that I made and go underneath this spoke, over it. And this is just like starting the basketry weaving, where I took the weaver and went over, under, over, under. I'm just doing this around. So I can do that once or twice. I'm just going to do it once right now. And then I need to split these two pieces. So one is going to go over and underneath here so that I have two pieces on either side. And then I'm going to take the two and tie them and then knot them together. So that gives it some extra support here. I can go around and do that on all of the connection points. I'm also going to trim these down just to clean it up so it looks nicer. So this is an example of how you can combine some of these materials in this woven technique onto a dowel to create a plane.